Hi, I'm Amberly Mason, editor of Daily Wealth Trader. In this edition of the 3-Minute Trading Expert Series, I'm going to tell you the first and most important question you should ask yourself before committing a single dollar to the market. It doesn't matter if you're buying a stock, a house, a stake in a buddy's business, you need to ask yourself this question first. The question is, how much can I lose? To become a rich, successful investor, you must always focus on how you can lose money. You must always focus on risk. Once you've taken care of the risk, you can move on to the fun stuff, making money. The thing is, amateur investors are always 100% about making money, the upside. They're always thinking about the big gains they'll make in the next big tech stock or their uncle's new restaurant business. They don't give a thought to how much they can lose if things don't work out as planned, if the best case scenario doesn't play out. And the best case scenario usually doesn't play out. Since the novice investor never plans for this situation, he gets killed. Think of Warren Buffett's famous rules of successful investment. Rule 1, never lose money. Rule 2, never forget Rule 1. Buffett is probably the greatest business analyst to ever live. He's worth over $50 billion because of his ability to analyze investments. But when they ask the old man his secret, he doesn't talk about the intricacies of balance sheets or cash flow analysis. The first thing he recommends to folks who want to make money in the market is to not lose money in the market. He's obsessed with finding out how much he could potentially lose on a stake. Once he's satisfied with that, he looks at the upside. Or take Tudor Jones, an incredible trader with a net worth in the billions. Tudor says the most important rule of trading is playing great defense, not offense. If a new investor or trader kept Buffett's rules in mind and kept Tudor's lesson in mind and always asked, how much can I lose before investing a penny in anything, he'd set himself up for a lifetime of wealth. Let me show you what I mean with an example. Back in 2009 and 2010, when the real estate market was wrecked, a lot of sellers needed to dump right then and ask questions later. You could find tons of properties selling for less than the cost it would take to build the structures if they weren't there in the first place. If you bought below replacement cost, it was going to be easy for you to make money. You didn't need real estate prices to soar. It was a good investment because your downside was so well protected. That's the mindset every investor needs to cultivate. You need to focus on situations where it's going to be difficult for you to lose a lot of money. When you take care of the downside, the upside will take care of itself. For another example, incredible companies with great brand names like Johnson & Johnson or Coca-Cola don't often get cheaper than 8 or 10 times cash flow. When you buy them at that price or less, it's very hard to lose money. On the other side of the spectrum, if you're talking about a startup business, a speculative stock, a long option position, or anything risky, the answer to how much can I lose is usually every last dollar. This is where the concept of position sizing comes into play. In a speculative situation, you're going to want to put just 1% or even 0.5% of your overall portfolio into that idea. That way, if the situation works out badly, you only lose a little bit of money. Now, when you start out in this game, you're as bad as you're going to get, so make really small bets to get the hang of things. If you have $10,000 to get started, set aside $7,000 and trade with $3,000 for the first 6 or 12 months. And even after going through a training period like this, it's tough to learn not to lose money unless you actually feel the pain of losing a lot of money. But eventually, every great trader figures out that you can make great money in the market simply by not making stupid mistakes, by playing great defense, by looking at every trade and asking, how much can I lose? I'm Amberly Mason, thanks for watching, and good trading. If you enjoyed this episode of the 3-Minute Trading Expert, you might be interested in our videos on position sizing and bad to less bad trading.